All right, what's good with it, y'all? Before we do anything, I want to make sure y'all do the thing. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell before we even get started. Again, y'all, as you already know, man, any type of likes or whatever, of course, runs up the algorithm, so y'all make sure y'all run that up. But, man, I wanted to have a conversation in regards to this Mo3 Yella Beezy, the whole situation. All right, so, and again, as I say this, I'm speaking on behalf of Real Life Joker. I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone outside of me, any of the other Real Life Street Stars members. I'm speaking solely as myself, as my history and my recollection brings everything back. Again, I told y'all before this started, we are gonna do kind of go through everything that happened. But before we even do that, I wanted to give a quick reaction to Rainwater, Rainwater's interview. Let me see who that is. Here's you smooth. So Rainwater came in and he did an interview, man. Shout out Rainwater. He's one of the guys that we said we needed to kind of get a. And again, before I even get started, I got to say this. You know, I have no I don't have no biased opinion in regards to none of this as far as when it comes to Mo3, RealLyfe, Trapboy Freddy, Yella Beezy. I don't know none of them guys. I only know the guys I grew up with, so I can't speak to none of their character outside of what the media portrays. I can't speak to nothing that I don't know or what's not put in front of me. So as I'm speaking, I don't know 3 like that. I don't know RealLyfe like that. I don't know Yella like that. I don't know Trapboy like that. But all I can speak of is me doing business with my guys and us kind of starting this whole thing out. As y'all know, Mo3 started with RealLyfe, and I know we didn't said it before, we didn't said it many times, but the history of the history of Mo3 with RealLyfe was, and shout out to my partner Rook, man. Mo3 is from North Dallas. He's of course from McKinney. Moved to North Dallas at a young age. Of course, that's where he got into work at. By that time of us getting him, he was already making a noise for himself. You know what I'm saying? I've been knowing Puka Leroy since grade school, not grade school, but yeah, since I've been knowing Puka Leroy since high school, South Garland High. I've been knowing them, Leah King Lean, and all of them. So I've been knowing all of them guys. I come up, going to school with Dosky G and Hot Rod and Deontay and those guys, a few other guys. But I heard of Mo3. But my partner Rook, of course, knew of him as far as messing around in the streets of North Dallas, so he connected with him, and he did come and do RealLyfe's first interview. He did come through. He did RealLyfe's first interview. And when I say first interview, I mean inside of our new studio in North Dallas, which anybody who knows about Switzer Lane, where we got it in at, he was the first interview that we did at Switzer, before we got the light wall, before we got the blue couch, before all that. So Mo3 came and blessed us, and then he actually went back to the back and took pictures on the light wall as far as just, for cover art. And then, of course, he's like, man, we need to do the interview in front of the wall. And that's, of course, started, what the Street Stars is, and kind of started doing that stuff. So we know Mo3 from a working standpoint. Roy Lee, that's more of my partner Rook. Him and Roy Lee just doing work. Roy Lee is an up and coming comedian, funny. So, of course, we're already in the business. So, of course, we're linking with him to work with him. My partner Rook, he linked with him. He's working with him. My partner Charlie Mo, he's linking with him. He's working with him. And that's just the history. Again, I'm gonna do another video where we go all over the whole history of kind of how everything came to be. Because again, I think people just don't know the history like that, and we technically have just stayed silent. We just watch and kind of go. But I see that we're coming to a standpoint here where we kind of gotta speak on what this whole thing is. I think a lot of people don't know the history of all this, and we kind of were there to document it all. So before we actually start putting out interviews and videos, we documented everything from we got Roy Lee's interviews, we got Mo3's interviews, we got Yella Beezy's interviews, we got Trapboy's interviews, we got even Ben Frank, his interviews. He's the guy who actually hit Roy Lee. We got Ben Frank's interviews. He's in the feds. We got all these interviews of all these people. We got Roy Lee's baby mama. We did the documentary on Roy Lee as far as his the documentary that y'all seen that was put out. I shot the documentary, so it's like there's so much history that y'all probably don't know that I'm about to give y'all some game. Now, for right now, I just want to respond to the Rainwater interview. And shout out Rain, he came in and he gave us a very powerful interview. If y'all haven't seen it, make sure y'all go over to RealLyfeStreetStarz. I'm gonna probably put a link in the comments, but y'all go watch that interview because he actually kept it as 1,000 as could get, where he even himself took blame and he took fault in his own life and the mistakes he made. But I just want to touch on a few things he said, a few questions that were asked, what he didn't say. But he did start off by saying he blamed two people. First of all, he said he blamed us or people like us. And yes, when it comes to situation where individuals have lost their life or lost their freedom, you can look back at everything. You could look at their mother, you could look at their siblings, you could look at the person who pressed play on to record the music. You could look at all that. You could point blame on anybody, on any point of existence. If you had a connection with something, you could point blame on anything. So Rainwater did throw some blame our way. And again, you can hear me in the background saying, yeah, no, we'll definitely take some of the blame. This is not the blame game though. This is a accountability game we're playing right now. So yes, Real Life, or as far as Real Life Joker, again, I cannot speak for the other guys. I cannot speak for them. But myself, yes, there is accountability in having a platform to, at one point in time, push a narrative in the form and the life of entertainment. Again, we believe this is entertainment. This is the industry of, hey, nah, this is just for fun, this is for play. But of course, as you know, it's a thin line between the streets, and rap. It's a thin line. So therefore, as we're doing stuff, we think it's all, of course, hee ha ha. But I did notice that Roy Lee was getting a little serious towards the end. He was very upset about him getting jumped, and he just wanted his lick back. So, with that being said, and shout out to everybody. Hold on, what you mean, like us? Hold on, what I say? Ask the question again, because I don't know what that means. So anyway, Rainwater did say two people to blame. He said, "Go Yayo," and later on in the interview, he said, "quote unquote Money Maya." And Money Maya is not let's not say Money Maya is a person, because I don't know no Money Maya. I don't know who Money Maya is. I don't know who Money Maya is supposed to be. But what I do know is that I do believe there was a female that, of course, was, messing with all sides in regards. So yes, Go Yayo situation that was in Fort Worth, the shootout. Rest in peace to I forget his name, who of course was shot and died at that event. Rest in peace to him. Some condolences to him, and prayers to his family. But that situation did kick off to where, of course, Mo3 went to a court case. He wasn't messing with Go Yayo. He felt he was set up. Trapboy, Yella, 3 were all trying to do something in Dallas as far as just being the new Dallas and this new movement. But of course, Trap, it's always like Mo3, you're not supposed to mess with my op. My partner's not supposed to mess with my op. And that's where Mo3 had an issue with Trapboy, based on Trapboy still trying to do the thing with Go Yayo, and of course the pick 6. Mo3 laughing on Say Cheese about why he wasn't on it. Rainwater spoke on that, and what I meant, and when I asked Rain in the interview, again, I'm only giving my opinion. When I asked Rain in the interview, as far as, do you think that question was out of line? Meaning, Sean Khan, and shout out Sean Khan for everything he did and everything he documented in regards to it all. For Sean Khan to ask Mo3 that question, was it a provoking question to kind of provoke something out of him? Rainwater said, nah, he just laughed it off. He wasn't supposed to be on that song. But as Rainwater said, if he was there, he would have told Sean Khan to not ask that question, because it is a provoking question regarding, it starts something. So Mo3's laugh was kind of what to me took it to a level of almost like you could say disrespect, because he laughed like, man, he treated like the song wasn't nothing, or the song wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a moment. He laughed at the song, whatever. And maybe the actions of the song, of them doing the song without him. So with that being said, that was that part. And as I was explaining to Rain, as far as where Real Life comes in, is that we did give Roy Lee the interviews. We did give Roy Lee interviews, in regards to him getting jumped. You know, at the time we would really get reactions. You know, as far as if something happens, we would get the next day reaction. So that's one thing that happened with Roy Lee. Roy Lee got jumped, and he would hit us like, "Hey, I need to come do an interview." And again, we're a platform that if Roy Lee wants to come speak, if Yella Beezy want to come speak, y'all come speak. So Roy Lee just came more. He's like, "Bro, I'm in the city. I'm everybody. Let's talk some more." So yeah, we did that. Um, it did stop becoming not funny as Roy Lee was really taking it serious. You know what I'm saying? He started bringing his cousins in, his family in, to say that, you know, these guys are the hitters and they the one ready to slide for me. And I'm like, that wasn't entertainment no more. That was kind of a little too close to home. So with that being said, let's see, hello, hey, what's good? Yeah, so anyway, so that's the part that, of course, got that. And then as we're continuing with the Rainwater interview, for some of the things that Rainwater said, you know, he had mentioned, of course, Go Yayo, of course, Money Maya. I actually brought up Yella Beezy's kid's mother. And of course, I think something might have been said, and I got to apologize for that because, again, I don't think she has nothing to do with nothing. You know, at once upon a time, she was a family friend, in which, of course, I have nothing but respect for her business and her hustle and everything of that nature in that sense. The only question was basically asking if there's some money for hire, almost like with like a Lil Durk situation, is the person that he's making money with implicated as well? But again, she has her own business. I'm sure Yella has his own business. That should have nothing to cross with nothing. But it's one of those questions that you just ask. But like he said, Mo3 and Yella actually tried to get the same girl. It's just that Yella actually got her, and you know, they had their first son, and then of course they had their second son. Of course, that's his girl now. But they were both shooting at the same time. I guess they stay in the high rise or something. I don't know. They know the story better than anybody. But so that was one thing that happened. And again, they just kept crossing paths. If y'all go looking on RealLyfeStreetStarz, y'all have history of, man, Yella Beezy, Trapboy Freddy, Mo3. They're all in the same spot. Even Go Yayo, they're all in the same spot. Everything is kumbaya. We should put up those videos to let people remember, like, nah, these dudes are actually cool with each other. It's our sub, please shout out, man. Shout out to Muhammad Iswan, man. Shout out, man. Thank you for the sub, man, for real. Y'all make sure you hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Whatever you're doing, hit that like button, man. Let's get this story out because, again, I'm going to be breaking this thing down multiple times. I'm going to try to get my guys to talk on it, too, so we'll see if they come in and we're going to all speak on it. But I'm only giving my version of it all. That's all I could do. So anyway, Rain, let's see, what else did Rain talk about? Rain spoke on, and I'm gonna be jumping around, just kind of speaking on what his interview was about. But he spoke on Yella Beezy. He didn't think Yella Beezy had nothing to do with it, and I agree with him. I believe that Yella Beezy had nothing to do with that situation with Mo3. I believe there was a jealous baby daddy, but I have to look at it as for what it is. If it is a jealous baby daddy, if Jossie or whatever her name is, Jossie had Mo3 over, he just flew in, he's shooting a movie, he goes straight to her house in a little unmarked Honda, whatever. He sleeps over, and if her son calls, the baby daddy over, and the baby daddy's like, all right, bet, he's over there, all right, bet, and his son, whoever, they go sit there all night, because again, the police had both the baby daddy and I believe Keywan White. Again, I don't know. They had their cell phones tracked to that area, but again, if he sat there all night and then waited till the morning and put a mask on and say, man, grab the sticks. And again, when I look at someone getting on a highway, hopping out of a car, stopping, passing, you know, mind you, have to, and again, I don't know where she stayed. Hopefully somebody can remember how far those apartments were to where the highway is, but to get off and try to get to 35 and then technically get on the highway in traffic, somebody passes you, pulls in front of you, you stop, you hop out, you run back the other way, that person gets out, he runs back the other way and continue to dumping on you with a ski mask on. That doesn't look like a jealous baby daddy. That looks more like a hit. Oh, shout out from Brazil. Hey, for real, shout out from Brazil. Oh yeah, shout out to Emilio. Hey, all we're doing right now is he said my beard is uneven. Dang, that's horrible. All we're doing now is we're just taking the story. We're discussing Rainwater's interview. Y'all go watch the interview with Rainwater if you haven't seen it. It's at 500-something thousand. It's at 600,000, I think, right now. So 500,000 people are watching this interview. So they're tuning in. But yeah. Anyway, with that being said, yeah, I didn't think it was on no rap stuff either. I didn't think, Yella. I'm like, he's too up there. He's too smart. He has too much to lose to do that. But that's the same thing, of course, I spoke on the other thing with 3. He had too much to lose. But anyway, with that being said, he said he was very surprised that it was with some rap stuff. He said he used to say it was a jealous baby daddy to hopefully maybe even smoke out the person who did it, because he said what he does know is that gangsters love to stand on that gangster stuff. So whenever something happens and someone's lying about it, like, nah, that wasn't that work, someone always like to toot their own horn and they basically speak on, nah, that was me, that was my work. So yeah, as far as Rain, like he said, he was surprised. He got a phone call from So Play TV. Shout out So Play TV. I don't know how he got that information that Yella was arrested, but he got it. He told Rain, he put it out, then the world got it. I didn't believe it when I first seen him. I said, ain't no way he got arrested for the unaliving of Mo3. There's no way he's arrested for that specific thing. But once you read it, you're like, hey, money for hire. You read it, Q1 Wire. You read it all. And you're like, dang, yeah, there's no way he's responsible for this. But again, we're gonna see. It's right now it's Monday. He technically should be bonding out hopefully by tomorrow, because I can't see technically a millionaire sitting in jail with a $2 million bond. In Texas, you only got to pay 10%. So technically in Texas, all you need is $200,000 to get out, and Yella got more than that in jewelry. So it's only a matter of time for him to get out. He said, I'm serious about everybody playing Joker. Okay, hold on, wait. All right, I might get. Yeah, we might see what's up. Salute to the single fathers out there. So yeah, no. So technically, and again, I'm jumping all over the place. The interview was long. The interview was almost an hour and 30 minutes or something like that. But yeah, no. So yeah, didn't believe that. He didn't believe that Yella Beezy did it, but of course he wanted to find justice and go from there. He talked about people thinking that he did it. Again, like he said, Mo3 was negative $500,000 when he passed away, and what he don't mean like he was actually broke, but he means that he probably, and this is through Empire as well, was gonna recoup the funds, but on paper is negative $500,000. That means you're borrowing more than you have at the time, but a label will give you more than needed, and you just owe them back. So maybe Mo3 was negative $500,000 based on just spending, but he was gonna get it back. The album was coming. I think the song with Bobby Billions was just about to drop. If not, it had just dropped the week of that happening. It was around the same time, so he was about to recoup. But like Rain said, he took his empire to a $12 million empire for his children, for Trey Day and his 2 daughters. For Trey Day and his 2 daughters. He took it to a $12 million enterprise, which I don't know if it's in a trust. I don't know if his kids get to touch it when they're 18. I don't know what it is, but he spoke on the family not wanting, the family not getting no money themselves and wanting money. Again, I told him, I said, man, you don't know what someone's going through, man. Mo3 had a lot of mouths to feed over there in McKinney, man, as far as his family. Shout out Miss Nicole, shout out Kogati, shout out everybody. Shout out his father, man. I met his dad. Man, this is just humble people, man. They're just humble people, in which that, if you've been into McKinney, if you know anything about McKinney, it ain't all just, Frisco and rich. It's there's hoods in McKinney, to where, I told them, like, somebody might have a light bill due, somebody might have a water bill due, and they're just hurting right now. And it is hard to see someone shining and thinking that they got all the money off your family members or your friend or your son's life, and you're flaunting it. Maybe Rain just made better decisions with the money. I'm not saying they don't have no money, but again, I don't know that situation, so I can't really speak on it. But what Rain did is he said, man, he would like people just to say thank you, man. Like, and I agree with Rain. I haven't seen no dead artists from P&B Rock to I could go down the list. The only person I've seen that had this type of run where it feels like they're still here outside of Mo3 is Tupac. Because for 5 years, and it's been 5 years since 3, almost 5 years, for for 5 years, people thought Tupac was still alive the way he was dropping music. It wasn't a video of his actual death. It wasn't a manager, Suge Knight and them or whatever they were doing afterwards. Tupac was still dropping music, the album. They were still putting new verses out 5 years later where they're like, bro, he's talking about Jordans from, the ones that just dropped. They felt Tupac was still alive 5 years later, and they would question his death. Mo3 is different because we actually saw him not make it. And Rain actually did come out and just worked hard as hell to keep his name alive. It almost got, you could almost take it as, man, he's going too hard. But again, he benefits from his artists, and therefore that's what all managers should do. If you have a manager, you should go. I remember when King Von's manager passed away. When King Von passed away, his manager went out and did an interview like the next day or a couple days later. I'm like, where's King Von's music? Like, where's King Von's legacy? Like, where is that? If he's the manager, technically the manager should be keeping the legacy alive. So I don't see a lot of that from King Von's people. So yeah, best thank you. So anyway, with that being said, Rainwater just said he just would like a thank you for all the work that he's put in and did. And outside of that thank you, he was basically saying, man, he has created a character in which, of course, he has to take the good with the bad. He said he has 5 kids over this. Again, I know 3 of them are triplets, so shout out to Rain and his children. But these kids are after the fame. All his children are after the death of 3, I believe. I think so. I think maybe one of them might be a little before, but he's had children after the fact. So he said, man, with fame comes, more money, more problems. So therefore, the more money he has, the more people looking at him with their hand out, the more, he has to go through stuff, the more he has to, it just be hitting him, it just be affecting him. So with that being said, yes, he said he, would just like a thank you for even trying to keep Mo3's name alive because no one went this hard. But also he said he's tired of the character of Rain. He's tired of Rainwater, where his baby mamas call him Rain versus Brandon. Benjamin. I'm sorry, what was his name? Brandon, Benjamin, I don't know his name. I believe it's Brandon. I don't even want to say it's Benjamin, but let's just say it's Brandon. I don't know. Rain, you correct your own name. I'm assuming it's Brandon. But with that being said, his baby mamas don't call him Brandon. They call him Rain. They call him Rainwater. And that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? That's like someone calling me Joker all the time, or my baby mama calling me Joker and not Jonathan. It's weird. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's when they're dating a facade. They're dating a character versus the real person. So like he said, he don't even wear his rain chain no more because he's tired of that imagery of just who that is. And I get it. I totally get it. He spoke on a lot. He did speak on Trapboy. He said ever since Trapboy got the feds, all of South Dallas is getting hit by the feds. Now, mind you, Trapboy is from Oak Cliff, so I don't know how South Dallas has anything to do with Oak Cliff, but it is close by, so whatever. But I just said it was a coincidence, man. I mean, everybody, whatever. He did his bid, and he was trying to say, well, how he get out? He's supposed to have long term, based on gun charges, a felon with gun charges. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's out until someone say there's some paperwork on him. I guess you could just. It's stupid to assume that someone did something to get out and there's no paperwork on it. You have to wait till paperwork comes out. So, Trapboy Freddy, I don't think anything is. I don't think there's no issue with what Trapboy is on. But yes, South Dallas did get. They in South Dallas. Let me just say that they in South Dallas. It's kind of crazy. So, with that being said, Rain's interview, again, great interview, one of his best interviews. He broke a lot down. If y'all haven't seen it, man, y'all make sure y'all go watch it. As I'm watching the reaction to his interviews, again, I'm just reacting. It does look like a lot of people in the comments still feel like Rain has something to do with it. That Rain still has something to do with the unaliving of Mo3. And again, like he said, Rain said, I work with the police, man. I've worked with the detectives to find out what happened. Mind you, 3 was on the phone with Rain when the shooting happened. And I know people look at that like, oh, you're on the phone with him to make sure that, you can know his location and kind of go from there. But to be on the phone with him as it happens, that's not really a smart move for if you're plotting someone's unalivement, to stay on the phone with him while shots are being heard the police could easily pick up the last call. You'll be the first suspect, like you're on the phone with them. So that doesn't make sense for someone to plot against someone and be on the phone with them while it's happening. We live in the technology world. This ain't the 1960s. This ain't, nah, it ain't happening. So, but then again, I don't know what's going on with nothing. So I don't know nothing about nothing. I think everybody playing. But again, condolences to 3. Like Rain said, 10 kids are affected, 6 women, baby mamas. These kids have to go through all this. Once Yella Beezy does get out, because again, he will get out, now he has to, it's just a bond, so he has to go through trial. So this trial, of course, it's a state trial. It may be televised. We will watch, and he has to go through all this. And of course, for whatever it's worth, again, no one wins in none of this, man. I believe the other skin color people just sit back and watch us take each other out, and they just laugh at us, man. So that's why, towards the end of the interview, I'm like, we have to pretty much stop the violence, and we have to figure out a way to break this tradition of us just going to war with each other. Violence beget more violence, and I believe in a situation where even Roy Lee's kids, Mo3's kids, Yella Beezy's kids, we don't want them to take on their father's pain and continue this further when they're 20 years from now, when they're teenagers and they're adults, they're taking on their father's issues because everyone still wants to stay in Dallas. I don't agree it should be going down, you know what I'm saying? It's a little crazy. So anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna do a video going over the history of all of this, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all to tune into that. That's gonna be more important because I'm gonna give y'all some details and some news y'all can really use. And this is gonna be from a real life Joker perspective by way of RealLyfeStreetStarz. This is not no one else but my perspective directly. So I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for no one else, and I'm not trying to speak for no one else. So anyway, I'm on vacation right now. I'm taking the family out, so I'm not gonna be on this too much longer as I gotta, go attend to the family. But I just want to speak on it as it's happening real time. And again, I just want to thank everybody for watching the Rainwater interview. Go run the numbers up. If you ain't seen it, go watch the Rainwater interview on RealLyfeStreetStarz. Go watch what that is. Comment. Let us know your thoughts on it. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And we got some dope stuff coming. So we're gonna be on top of this one, man. We just dropped the Keywan White interview. I might do a reaction to that because that's just all over the place. We didn't do that interview. That's Mr. Nike Game 101 DVD. He did that interview, and of course he just said, "Hey, I want to, of course, make sure you guys have this," and we decide if we want to put it out or not. That decision was one of those decisions where we're like, it's not us, and we normally don't show our faces on our interviews, but it was strong enough to say let the world decide what this is. So we did put out the Keywan White Banzo Bling interview. Y'all go watch that on the RealLyfeStreetStarz channel as well. And yeah, let's take it there. Anyway, with that being said, this is a quick one, man. I just want to kind of get in front of it as far as just getting a reaction off the Rainwater interview. Y'all go watch it. Y'all go run it up, man. I appreciate y'all. But y'all also tune in to what's about to happen next as we're about to break down everything that's going on with this whole situation and give y'all details that y'all didn't know and kind of put together a timeline so therefore y'all kind of know what's going on for real and not for play. So anyway, with that being said, y'all stay tuned, man. Y'all stay tuned. Let me stay tuned. I'm coming back. And we're going to come back to it. All right. Do the thing, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, man, and hit that notification bell. And, of course, stay blessed and highly favored, man, and stay safe while y'all out here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Let's go.